Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today I have a pretty interesting topics that I'm going to share with you guys. It's actually kind of a few topics conflated into one video. We are going to start out discussing the butterfly effect and chaos theory. And we are going to see what these two scientific terms mean and the effect its presence may be having on us right now in real time today. And then we are going to move the discussion over to a more familiar topics, one more familiar with today's society anyway, okay? And that is one of witches and warlocks, voodoo, hoodoo, love spells, money magic, Christianity, and just a plethora of ritualistic practices that more and more people are indulging in nowadays. And then we're going to try and see how all this may be directly or indirectly having an effect on all of us. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Can a butterfly flapping its wings in the middle of the Amazon in Brazil really trigger a tornado in the heart of Texas? Let's talk butterfly effect and chaos theory. So, the butterfly effect theory has been around for centuries now, okay? It was first thought to have been spoken of by Benjamin Franklin. And so what Benjamin Franklin did was he took the theory and put it into a poem to describe the idea that the small things can have a significant effect or impact on the larger consequences of a thing or a situation further down the line. And his poem read, "For want of a nail the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe the horse was lost. For want of a horse the rider was lost. For want of a rider the battle was lost. For want of a battle the kingdom was lost. And all was lost for want of a horseshoe nail." So this poem actually contextualizes the meaning of the butterfly effect. And it also offers a very, very great example as to how something initially seeming so insignificant, so innocuous, so small, so harmless as a nail, it has the potential further down the line, though, to reap havoc on our lives, right? Because you think about it. We lost a kingdom. We lost life. We lost livestock. And all because of something so small, so minute as a nail, right? So again, this poem actually gives a great example as to the meaning of the butterfly effect and what it stands for. Chaos theory is an interdisciplinary area of scientific study and branch of mathematics. It focuses on the underlying patterns and deterministic laws of dynamical systems that are highly sensitive to initial, completely random sets of disorder and irregularities, okay? But this theory, it was taken from a scientific jargon and actually put into more layman terms by Edward Lorenz in 1961. So the mathematician, meteorologist, he was seeking a way to more accurately predict the weather. And he felt that by using chaos theory, he would be able to accomplish that. So chaos theory is the mathematical concept that explains that it is possible to get random results from otherwise normal equations. The main precept behind the theory is the underlying notion of small occurrences significantly affecting the outcome of seemingly unrelated events. I'm going to repeat that little piece, okay? That small piece at the end, I'm going to repeat it because it will have great significance as we move through the video. The main precept behind the theory is the underlying notion of small occurrences significantly affecting the outcome of seemingly unrelated events.
Spell. Right first, last name, birth date on tag, where at night on period, wait 2 days.
Let's talk about how you can know somebody is doing a love spell on you or have done love working. Let's say you ain't talking to nobody, but all of a sudden you get this overwhelming, intense amount of emotion, or you feeling this strong urge of love.
While many may believe what they're doing is innocent and harmless, it may actually be disrupting the natural algorithm and flow of life on a more spiritual and scientific level.
Typical situation of someone coming to you and they say, hey, I want to manifest money. Where was the starting point and where are they at now?
Oh gosh, I have thousands of reviews of things that I've been able to do for people. I've gotten people cars, new job, raises, like I said, the settlements, houses. One of my tribe members just bought $1 million house, 12 acres. She's like, this wouldn't have happened without you. Like, how do you do this? I don't know. But money, like just coming in, multiple sources, businesses. A lot of people that have like hair business, nail business, and like they're not getting any clients or they're just starting. So they come to me to do their conjure and then they're booked up like next week. Like, what did you do? You came to me for results and I did it. That's just what I do. So it's a lot that goes.
Money itself definitely isn't evil, but the love of money definitely is, okay? And when you see what many of us will do just to get our hands on a dollar, including but not limited to selling our souls to the devil, it's ridiculous.
In behind the scenes, but there's really no limit, honestly. I think it's usually the limit that you put on it.
Another quick example of the butterfly effect is the Madoff scandal. Many of you may be familiar with Bernie Madoff and others may not have even been born. But in 2009, Bernie Madoff, a stockbroker and investment advisor, was indicted and convicted on investment advisor fraud, mail fraud, wire fraud, and a slew of other charges. I'm going to read a quick excerpt from Wikipedia because this will further help to put the butterfly effect into perspective. And it reads, Madoff's personal and business asset freeze created a chain reaction throughout the world's business and philanthropic community, forcing many organizations to at least temporarily close, including the Robert Lapkin Charitable Foundation, the Picure Foundation, the Seth Foundation, and there were a lot of lives that was lost also due to one person's greed, a single man's action, okay? It had a significant effect on the world. Something, again, that may have initially seemed so irrelevant to so many people.
About how you go see the voodoo lady or the priestess and the witches and stuff like that. You might want to be careful when you're going downtown, baby. Everybody downtown in that French Quarter don't mean you right. It don't mean they gonna do you good. And that don't mean you're gonna get everything you ask for. They got a lot of people down there scamming, yeah, you heard me? But be careful when you asking about doing harm to somebody. People could put a curse on you if you do that, you heard me? Better think, baby. Just because you see people down there with a table, all that stuff, and they look like they witches, they look like voodoo priests, they might be, but it don't mean that they might do you right.
I know about voodoo. I deeply know about it. In Louisiana, we don't play about that shit. Like, that's one topic, one thing we don't fucking play about. People are so sleep on the fact that people really play with voodoo. You probably really somebody putting voodoo on your life and you don't even know because you sleep on the fact that shit is real, but it's really fucking real. And it's really people out here that is so fucking miserable that they sitting around doing that shit to people.
She's also a writer.
Can we call her? Let's phone her. What's her name?
Hello.
Miranda? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Miranda. It's Howie.
Hi, Howie.
How are you? You're on the podcast with my daughter, Jackie, and your wife.
Hello. I'm on the podcast?
Yeah. Hi. We were talking about the kitchen and who does the cooking, and she was talking about how you dehydrate placenta in the kitchen.
Uh-huh. It's true.
So here's the thing. Have you ever put your own personal menstrual blood into
Pasta sauce?
Pasta sauce.
That is the way that I got Raven to fall in love with me.
Breaking news.
I'm going to end this video with a trigger warning. The trigger warning is for what I am about to say. I am not intentionally trying to offend nor judge anyone for their choices, their decisions, their thoughts, nor their beliefs. But this is only my opinion and my perspective, okay? A different perspective. And with that out the way, I'm going to go ahead and complete. That seed, that embryo, that child that you chose to unalive, for whatever reason, you could not or would not see the value nor worthiness of bringing forth that child onto this planet. Your decision, your choice. Nobody's judging you, okay? But life continues, life goes on, lifing as life do. You find a spouse, you get married, you have a child. You are now seemingly doing things the correct way, or at least society says that's the correct way, right? This again is just a scenario. This is not speaking directly to anyone's specific situation, right? But your child is born, and later on down the line, that child that you love, you admire, you adore, have big dreams and expectations for, is suddenly stricken with some rare and deadly disease that nobody on the face of this planet at this time have any knowledge of, yet alone talking about a cure for, okay? Your child life is at risk. It hangs in the balance. Now, how would you feel if you were to learn that that child, that seed, that embryo, that you thought you were doing the best thing for it and all parties involved at that time by unaliving it, but you find out that child was actually sent here with the cure. That child was sent here to save its sibling, right? And not just your child, because your child is not the only child on the face of the planet with this rare disease. So that child that you chose to unalive actually would have saved and been the cure for thousands of other children. But that didn't happen, and who knows? Your child that you chose to unalive could have actually been sent here to be the orchestrator of peace, the Prince of Peace, on this planet right now in the midst of all this chaos and confusion. We don't know, right? Our duties almost are in the title parent. We are renters of these children. They do not belong to us. God lend them to us. God uses us as a vessel, as a catalyst to bring forth his miracles, his healers. We are here to aid even our children in getting here and fulfilling their purpose and finding their missions out, right? Because we are all connected, intricately connected. Your why, your purpose is connected to someone else's why and their purpose. It's very important that we understand how connected we are here on this planet right now today, okay? Who knows, that child may have even been sent here to save your life. But because you chose to interfere with the algorithm of the universe by doing something that initially seemed very minute, especially to the more grand scheme of things, okay? But you could have never foreseen the chaos and disruption or the horrifying impact that the actions that you took 20 years earlier would have on your life, but not just your life, to many, many lives, both directly and indirectly connected to you, thus helping us to better understand the butterfly effect and chaos theory on a more deeper spiritual and scientific level. And we can see how interfering with the natural flow of life can have the potential to be catastrophic on many different levels. So before you go trying to bend the God-given natural will of others, or play with the universe by using spells, attempting to use spirit or spiritualistic practices, think about the interference you may be causing on the world. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you found this content interesting, go ahead and hit that like button. Do consider subscribing to the channel. And until next time, keep it peaceful.